Hello, fuck. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my podcast, Deep Dive into My Mind. I'm your host, Jason. Okay, why? I find it struggling to actually say my own name. I have issues with it. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm gonna get over that later. So today we're going to be talking about, instead of changing other people in your life, you need to leave them and give them space. This is a main concept and a main topic that I've been, thinking about for a long time, because look, as usual, I have certain expectations for everybody in my life. For my mom and dad, they're my parents, so I will always have these fucking parents' expectations of them. And to be honest, they've never failed me. They've never failed any single one of my expectations, because they're my mom and dad, and they're always, to me, they're always strong. They always figure things out, and they never actually, fail any of my expectations in the past, or I don't think they will in the future, because they're always perfect. I would say they're always perfect. But however, we're going to start by saying friends and romantic relationships, because I feel like this is where people expect a lot from other people. And I feel like this is worth talked about from my point of view, because I feel like I'm not saying that I have enough experience on this field, but I'm saying that I feel like I'm very guilty of having expectations of people. That's why I just really want to talk about this and trying to just overcome that sort of, mental structure that I have, that, having expectations for other people. Because I don't want to have expectations for other people. As much as I hate to have expectations, I have expectations. I can't help it. So instead of changing them into becoming what I expect, I shall just leave them. And then, I rather meet another person who can reach my expectations than, being around people that cannot reach my expectations. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. We're going to start this off with friendships, because this is, I feel like this is not talked about enough within friendships, because listen, not everybody's raised like you, not everybody's, like you, not everybody is similar even remotely to you. So it is hard to expect other people to act like you, because that's the thing that I personally struggle with. I have expected from other people that they're not raised like me. They're not, they're just raised differently and in so many ways, and I can't just expect that from other people, and it's just fucking crazy. When you think about it, because after I've come to the realization of this, I just I literally see the world differently, and I became so open-minded. And remind you, this happened a long time ago. So after that, I'm not pissed anymore. I'm never pissed after that realization come to life. I've never really been angry after that. It's just crazy, because sometimes you are set to have disappointment when you expect something from others, So I never expect other people to do anything for me, because I feel like this is just not me. Okay. So in friendships, when you become friends with somebody, for me, it really comes naturally. I don't force my friendships. I don't like forced friendships. I don't feel like forced friendships are friendships. I feel like it just comes very naturally. So I live in a student dorm, and as a student dorm is a forced situation, a forced environment, right? So I don't get to choose who I'm living with. I don't know any of these people when I first moved in. I don't know them, but we're respectful, we're nice, we're friendly to one another. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing of, being roommates and being flatmates and all this, right? So here's the thing. When it is in a forced environment, in order to live peacefully, I feel like personally I've put up with a lot of things. And to be fair, I don't think it's a big deal for me to put up with a lot of things. Like, I feel like it's not that big of a deal. But I will also expect certain, expectations from people. Okay. So from my point of view, this is a forced environment friendship. So here's the thing. I would expect people to be clean and take care of themselves, like wash after themselves, which didn't happen quite often before. Like, we have gone through a lot of, talks, a lot of things, a lot of, conversations about this before, things started to change. And to be honest, I'm quite impatient. So this doesn't really work out for me. But here's the thing. Because I'm not able to just leave them and find somebody else, I will have to work through this, okay? This also applies to school friends, like people, from school, your friends from school, like whatever. Like, this also applies there. But I'm talking about, like, this is the only situation that I think, in my opinion, that you're not able to, do what the concept of this episode is talking about, because I feel like it is just very difficult. So here we go. Let's talk about friendships, like normal friendships, like friendships that you just naturally have. So when you naturally form a friendship with somebody, like, no matter where you know each other, you can be randomly bump into on the street, and you're like, it's just luck, or it's just so random coincidence. And you just, like, let's say I bump into this person in the fucking coffee shop, like, in a cafe. And we just met one another, and we're like, oh, I see you here every day, like, want to be friends, like, blah, blah, blah. And it comes all naturally. But one day, they might do something very out of pocket for you. And then you just don't know how to react. And you just, you're so just like shocked by it. Okay, that's not a word. You're so shocked by it, and you don't know what the fuck is going on, right? So listen. This, I would use an example, like, one day you guys are just hanging out, and your friend just suddenly maybe, like, yells at, like, a homeless person for, like, begging for money. Like, maybe the homeless person accidentally, like, touched his shoe or something, and your friend just yelled at, the homeless person. And to me, like, let's say I'm in this situation. I'm like, bro, I'm so shocked by this. Like, I'm like, I didn't expect this to be you, like, this is not the you that I know. This is not the person that I know, right? And here's the thing. I will not continue hanging out with this person. However, this is not the case for a lot of people. A lot of people will confront them, okay, and then trying to change them, and then to fit their expectations of this person, of who they are, which I think, in certain way is not a bad thing, but, it's just, is it worth it, really? Because it's not really, like, to me, it's very difficult. Like, it's very difficult to do this, because it's very difficult to change other people. And I understand this because I wouldn't say I have had a lot of experience with this, but I feel like I have maybe, like, once or twice, like, I've experienced this once or twice, and I do not want to do all this, because first of all, it's a lot of effort. Second of all, it's not it's not worth it because they can do it once and then they can do it twice. So like there's just is I think it's like a recurring activity, but a pattern of behavior, people call it that. But this is what I meant. Like I feel like this is so not worth it. So for me, I will just leave it and then just go find another friend to hang out. And because since I'm not scared of being alone, so yeah. But somebody else might think differently. They will try to change this person, right? Based on the fact that they actually don't want this person to be like this. Like, you know, they trying to change them for their expectations because they expect so much for people. And at the end of the day, it is a waste of energy. Because listen, not everybody's raised like you. Not everybody's mother taught them the right way to live. Not everybody's mother taught them how to be, you know, the best person they could ever be and to be improving every minute. So it is fine to have different opinion and different behavior throughout like everything. Because I feel look, this is the thing. Like there's no way that everybody's mother is like following this one general guide of how to raise a children, like how to raise a child, how to raise children. So it's like there's different ways of like raising children, and I feel like a lot of parents do it different way. And for me, like my mom, okay, to be fair, you guys know I didn't, you know, grow up around my mother or my father because, you know, I went to boarding school. And like boarding school, it really just brings out either the best or the worst of you. So like in growing up, I just feel like, you know, boarding school is very fucked up. So like it really like morphed me into this other person. Like, no, actually that's not true, but it really just like molded me into a person where I feel more independent, and I feel more, I've never felt more myself when I'm alone, because, you know, that is just because I'm not affected by other people, and I feel really good doing that. And like in the back of my mind, I'm like, if somebody doesn't fit the expectations that I have for them, then cool. I'm just not gonna hang out with them. Like, I'm not gonna try and change them. Sorry, I want to burp. Sorry, hold on. You guys, if you are listening to this version, I mean, you're listening to this podcast, you're not, you know, watching this. It's tragic because you're literally not seeing me fucking drinking water in front of the camera. So, yeah. And it's a 5 kilometer. I mean, not 5 kilometer. This is a 5 kilogram water bottle. I fucking love it. So here's the thing. The best way, in my opinion, to deal with somebody who hasn't met your expectations or who doesn't align with your morals, like, just leave them. Instead of changing them into the person that you align with, just leave them. This is the best advice I've ever given to anybody, because I never really do really good advice. Like, I don't feel like advice is like really my thing, because I'm not a good person. Hold on. I am a good person in my opinion, but I might not be a good person in other people's opinion, and that's okay. Like, I'm not gonna try to argue with you, and I'm not gonna be fucking, like, I'm not gonna be fighting for how people see me, because I don't care. I don't care about what's your opinion of me. Like, I don't care. As long as I make my money, which I haven't made any, and as long as I can live my life how I want it to be, I just farted, how I want it to be, I don't give a fuck about what other people think of me. I don't give a fuck about what other people's opinion about me is, because I'm not going to change how other people see me. Like, if they want to see me this way, then they see me this way. I just don't want to hear it, okay? But anyways, this is regarding friendships, right? So this is a best advice that I've ever given. Like, just leave them, because it's easy. It's easy to just leave them rather than, getting in the way and trying to change them. Okay. Moving on to relationships, like especially romantic relationships. Okay, a boy and a girl. Look, like when you're dating somebody, you actually have certain expectations. You're like, everybody is so like caught up with the fact that, cheating is bad. Cheating is just a negative, a bad. It has been painted as this like very negative, very bad behavior in a romantic relationship, because it shows, like, what the fuck is that noise? Okay, whatever. Like, it shows like this side of betrayal of trust within the romantic relationship. But I feel like there's actually more to it, because cheating can be something else. Like, it can be an indicator that they're not happy in the romantic relationship, and it can be all sorts of reasons. And when you expect somebody to, like, to be your romantic partner, and you expect them not to cheat, why? By all means, I'm not defending any cheater here, but I'm saying when you expect them not to cheat, then you're just gonna be disappointed when they cheat. Like, for me, I'm not going to be talking about my personal experience, but I'm saying, like, personally, I feel like I'm not going to expect anything from anybody. I don't care who you are, what you are to me. I don't expect you to do anything for me. Like, if you do it, great, thank you, I appreciate it. But if you don't do something that is within my expectations of you, I wouldn't be mad. Like, I would just feel okay with it, because whether you do it or not, it doesn't affect me personally on like a personal level. And this is how I want to, I want to see this whole thing, because I feel like a lot of people really, really just get caught up into all this, expectation stuff, like, and they get upset when their partner cheats, instead of leaving them, they trying to work things through together. Look, I'm not gonna lie here, but when they cheated for once, like when they cheated for the first time, the trust has been broken, and nothing will ever, bring that trust back, in my opinion. Like, I feel like once I, like, distrust, is that the word? Like, distrust somebody, like, once they broke my trust, and it's never gonna build them back. Like, nothing will ever fucking build them back, no matter how hard you try. Because at the end of the day, I'll always think about, like, oh my god, where have you been? You just got off work. Why are you not calling me? What the fuck are you doing? Like, the fuck? Where the fuck have you been? Like, and you came home an hour late? What the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck were you? Like, were you fucking another, dude, literally? But anyway, so I was like, in my opinion, I just feel like it's not that healthy to expect something out of somebody else, because look, I'm gonna go back to that very old theory of things. I feel this is very, like, important, because you can only control something that is in your control. Okay, that sounded like a bunch of bullshit, but I'm telling you this. I'm literally telling you this. You can only control what you can control. You cannot control other people's opinion. You cannot control other people's, like, how they think. You cannot control other people's action. So everybody out here, okay, everybody listen to my podcast. You're a grown adult. Control your action, your words, your reaction, your everything. You can control everything in your control. That's what I'm saying. And if other people cannot control, like, you cannot control how other people act. So if they act this way, they acted this way. It's their responsibility. They are a grown adult. They're not, they're not kids anymore. And even if they're kids, they know about responsibility, because that's how they should be, raised. And if they're not aware of their fucking responsibility, then God help them, like leave them, and get the fuck away from them. Because trust me, I have dealt with people who doesn't, even know their own fucking responsibility. I can't talk. It's okay, guys. It's early in the morning. It's 10:30. Okay, come on. So, I've dealt with people who don't know and are not aware of their own responsibilities, and it is very hard because these people, they're older than I am, and I like, it's very frustrating to deal with them, but at the same time, it's like once I have a chance, I'm out the way. Like, I'm gone. Like, I don't give a fuck if they, how they think of me and what their opinion of me is, because I don't care. Seriously, like, to me, it doesn't bother me at all that if other people think that I'm, an asshole or something. Because to be honest, I know myself better than anybody else. So nobody can say shit about me except for me. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody has some sort of expectations off of me and I don't meet those expectations, I don't care. I'm not gonna just meet their expectations of me because, they want me to meet their expectations, because I'm not going to change. I'm not changing for anybody. I'm only changing for myself. If I feel like I'm heading to a better direction in my life, I'm heading for a better change, I'm going to change, because I'm only changing for myself. Oh, fuck, my camera's dying. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm going to stop. Okay, back to, like, I forgot where were we, but I literally forgot where were we. What was I talking about? Like, whatever. Okay. So I think, I just don't think that anybody should change for anybody, Like, because I'm only changing for myself. Like, if I want to change certain habit, I'm changing it for myself. Like, I don't care if you don't think it's good, don't think it's healthy. I'm going to give you guys, like, an example of this. So, first of all, if I'm about to change my eating habits, I'm not changing it for anybody. I'm not changing because some other people, because some girl was like, oh my God, you look fat, you look ugly, you look this, you look that. I don't give a fuck about what you think. I literally do not give no shit. Like, I don't give two flying fuck about what you think, okay? I don't give a fuck about what other people think, because that's how you should live your life. You are living your life about yourself. You are the main character of yourself. Okay, we're gonna make a whole episode about being the main character. And for the matter of fact, like, nobody should be able to change you, because if you're that easy to be changed, listen, you're gonna lose in life. You're gonna fail in life, because if you're that easy to be manipulated, look, the next day somebody might say something to you, like, maybe today you lose some weight because some other people said that you look fat. Okay, man. Tomorrow, if somebody said you look too skinny, you'll be eating all that bread, you'll be eating all that pizzas, garlic bread, fried rice, curry shit. Let me tell you, you can't live your life like this. So let's flip the situation. So if somebody, like, if you tell somebody like, I think you're so fat, I expect you to be thinner. Should they be changing for you? No. Find somebody else thinner to hang out with. Don't tell that shit to people because you expect them to be thinner. If they too fat for you to hang out with, go find some other people to hang out with. I don't give a fuck what you think. Just go find somebody else to hang out with because you think they too fat. I don't care. If they don't fit your image of being a friend, then, go find somebody else to hang out with. And if you actually think of your friend as of their appearances, like you expect you to be friends with certain people because of their appearances, first of all, you a fucked up person first. You a fucked up person, because friends, listen, every relationship, like I Okay, personally, I just don't agree with people who be friends with people because of their appearances. Like, if I'm friends with you because you look certain way, hello? Hello? Does this not sound kind of alarming to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so fucked up to a way that like, this is so old times. Like, this is way older times. Like, I've never seen any. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell a story right now. Like, this is so childish, like, of being friends with somebody because they look good or because they look certain way that fits your expectations of being your friend. Listen the fuck up. There's this one girl from my college. She kept on telling people that she doesn't hang out with ugly people. Sorry, I just find this very fucking funny because she ugly as fuck. Just my opinion, okay? And she fucking tell people, and she's an influencer, okay? She has like way more followers than I have. She's on TikTok, and and when she was in my school. I mean, she's still in my school, but I'm saying when we're all back in class and all that. She kept on telling people that she doesn't hang out with ugly people. Ma'am, okay? Have you looked in the mirror? I mean, actually, I don't want to personally attack her, but I'm just not a fan of her. But the thing is, what the fuck is this behavior? Like, in a million years, I never thought I would have, bumped into somebody or know of somebody like this, because I don't know anybody like this before I know her. And I'm like, ooh, jump scare. But anyways, I just want to wrap this video up by saying, if you expect somebody off of, if you have expectations for your romantic partner, your friends, and they don't meet the expectations, go find another friend. Like, don't fucking try to stay in the relationship, stay in the friendship just because you want them to be somebody that they're not. Because they're not that somebody that you want them to be, and they are their own person. They are their individuals. So just let it be and let it sit for a little while. Process this feeling, and just let it be, because they're never gonna change. No matter how hard you're trying to change something, they're never gonna change. Their roots are there. It's who they are to their core, and they're not gonna change. So here we are. Just to wrap this up, I feel like, we should just be more open-minded and to, like, not to accept people for who they are, but, when I say to accept people for who they are, I mean to let them be who they are and not be friends with them and not be with them. Because if they don't align with you, it will be also equally as hard for you to be around them. And it's okay to have different opinions on different people. Like, literally, it's just everybody's, some sort of different in different ways. And it's okay. And I feel like it's definitely okay. Like, I don't feel like people have to be certain way just to fit other people's narrative of who they are. Like, it doesn't occur to me like this. So here we go. This is a wrap for the video. I mean, for the fucking podcast episode. Like, if you're not watching this is for the podcast audio episode. My podcast is available everywhere. Every fucking where. Listen, it's everywhere. I mean, audio, right? So, video version of this podcast is gonna be on YouTube and Spotify only, because that's the only thing I know how to do. And other than that, I don't know anything. So I mean, I guess thank you for watching today. I know this is like probably a shorter episode than usual. I mean, usually I have like 44 minutes of, I feel like I want to burp. Fuck. This is the worst feeling because I drank an espresso this morning. Actually, I shouldn't be calling that an espresso. Okay, listen, it's like, because currently I don't have a fucking coffee machine. Like, I wish I had a coffee machine because I'm looking to buy one. And then I'm drinking instant coffee out of my, flatmate's coffee. And it's bad. It's really bad. And I don't like it because it's instant coffee, and instant coffee sucks. So, whatever. And I'm logging off here right now. So if you want to keep up with me in real life, you can keep up with me on Instagram. It is at __ Jason Lai, and it's very, very pretty. I mean, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I try to present myself as this like perfect human being on Instagram, but it never works out. So like, let's fuck it. Okay. So you can follow me on Instagram, and you can also follow me on YouTube because I vlog. That's it. Thank you if you have made it this far, I just want to say thank you for listening to this episode. Like, I truly, truly am grateful for this. So, thank you very much. Okay, bye.